You're listening to the Get Rich Podcast. This is not a financial advice podcast. This is a podcast with two friends talking about how to get rich. Thank you for listening.
So, John, I've got this idea.
Oh, really? You have an idea?
Wearing my big boy pants today. Children's YouTube sensation.
I am not being Blippi. I just want to get rich. Get rich.
Get rich. Get rich.
So I'm gonna start a podcast.
Get rich. Get rich.
How come no one's ever done this?
Get rich. Get rich.
Now it's time to
Now it's time to get rich.
No one said you had to be Blippi, okay? But
Just the first thing that springs to mind when you... For those of you who don't know who Blippi is, just think modern day Pee-wee. But proceed with this ridiculous idea.
You know, you're one to say things about ridiculous ideas.
None of my ideas are ridiculous. All of my ideas are good, and you could make a lot of money with them. But anyways.
Okay, well, let me just give you a little background, okay? I've spent a lot of time in classrooms, pre-K rooms, kindergarten rooms, you know, and I mentioned those because this is where you'll see it more often.
You may want to mention that you're a teacher as well, and that you're just not hanging out in children's classrooms.
Sometimes I just go just for, just to hang out. You know, it's a great way to spend an afternoon, just...
Why is this strange man in the classroom?
All my best friends are 4 years old.
Whoa.
But, no, so these things, they usually work as what a teacher would call like a brain break, right? You've been doing something for a little while, and the kids, they need a little break, and they need to move around. So there are these different YouTube channels that provide pseudo-educational, oftentimes songs, right?
Okay.
Anyone who's in a classroom or might have a toddler, you would be familiar with Jack Hartman.
I have a toddler, and I am not. But
well, then that's why I also put in there about being an early age teacher, right? First off, let me say I don't mean any of this disparagingly, okay? But some of these YouTube channels, like Jack Hartman, like Blippi, and like Miss Rachel,
being Blippi, I will never dress up and act like a man-child for money.
That's okay. Fine. But if you've ever seen one of these, if you've ever seen an episode of one of these channels, it's like looking at a Jackson Pollock, right? You can't help but think, hey, I could do that.
That's true. There's not much talent in just acting silly. And
I didn't say that, but you do have that feeling that it's achievable, it's doable. So Jack Hartman, he's got his image. He wears solid colored turtlenecks, slacks, and he literally sings and dances in front of a green screen, right? I feel like I could do that. I feel like just coming up with some catchy songs is all it takes.
Yeah, that'd be pretty easy, ABC 1 2 3. Everybody, look at me.
If you want to know a song that should get you kicked out of a school, look up Tootie Ta. But I'll leave that to the listeners. The other one that I would mention is Miss Rachel, right? Miss Rachel was recommended to us, I think, by our insurance company. So, yeah, I know, it's weird. So our daughter, she had a little bit of a speech delay, so we went and signed her up for speech. But, COVID makes some of these things particularly difficult to access. And one of the things that our insurance company said was, hey, until you find an SLP to work with, there are different things you can maybe watch on YouTube. And either they recommended it or somebody else did, but Miss Rachel does sort of the same thing.
Okay, so she'll just say a word over and over and tell the child to repeat after her. And
yes, so her setup is a lot more like a pre-K class. Like they'll do Things like calendar time, if you're familiar with that, today's Monday, whatever the date is.
So, yeah, that's, again, very super easy to do. But are they making money from it is the thing. Like, I don't know. Is there enough money in that? Like, I don't know.
Well, yes. So okay.
Because this is about how to get rich.
Not
how to entertain or educate children.
I'm good at one of those things. I'm not good at entertaining adults, so I'll let you imagine which one of those things I'm good at. Yes. And here's the great thing about it is that, some of your ideas, they really depend heavily on the physical things, like you're providing a product. But with this, you make the video, you upload it to YouTube, and then it just generates the views, right?
Yeah.
A few teachers and I, last year, we were curious about Jack Hartman, and he's got a net worth that may be as high as $4 million.
$4 million for just singing and dancing in front of a green screen.
Yeah. A tootie-ta, a tootie-ta, a tootie-ta-ta.
I don't know what you're saying.
Just look it up. And Miss Rachel, who I think has been doing it for less time, but she's really taken off. When I looked it up, she's got a net worth of about $10 million.
$10 million?
Yes.
Jesus.
$10 million. Okay? Chroma key. I got that. Okay? The ability to write some songs. I might have that.
I mean, anybody can do that, yeah.
Sure. And, if they're appropriate for what kids need at the time, like, do a cleanup song, Like, that's what kids want. That's what kids need.
Yeah. We've, my kid, he's about to turn 5. And whenever he's made a mess, we kind of, like, make a game of cleaning up. I guess making a song is kind of an example. Just, how fast can you do it? How fast can you clean? And that kind of helps. But still, though, like, they all dress up kind of silly and act like children, right? Like, I'm not doing that. I refuse to be a man-child on YouTube for money. I'll film you doing it.
Well, like I said, Jack Hartman, no, he's got his brand image, right? Turtleneck, slacks. He's just a, middle-aged dude. Miss Rachel, she just dresses like a pre-K teacher. Literally, overalls, t-shirt, headband, right?
Okay.
So they don't all dress weird. They model play. They model interactions and exchanges. And again, the songs. So, just off the top of my head. It's time to clean. Everybody now do your part. It's time to clean. Everybody, we do it together. And by doing Taylor Swift, okay, we'll know.
Don't have to worry about copyright infringement with that or anything.
That's how we'll know we've made it, okay?
Okay.
We know we've made it when we get a letter or a call from her attorneys, right?
Please cease and desist.
Exactly. And she's generally also pretty good about covers, She lots of people do covers of her songs, and she likes that. So this is like a parody,
Okay.
Maybe we'll get on her Insta.
Her Insta. I don't even have Instagram, but
it'll be on her TikTok one day. She'll do a dance to "It's Time to Clean." Everybody now,
that's an idea.
Part now.
Get her to like do a little. She can do like a TikTok or whatever of our song. Boom, millions of views.
That's what I mean.
Millions of dollars.
That's how we know when we've made it. Okay.
Sorry, the only example when you said, children's YouTube sensation that comes to mind is Blippi for me, because that's the one my kid was into when he was like 2. He's grown out of the kind of the Blippi phase right now, but children love him, parents despise him. He just, when you watch an adult talk like this and be a child, like acting wise, it just grates on you after,
Well, once you said it, that was why I avoided him, right? Because you immediately jumped on and said you would not do Blippi.
No.
Okay.
I'll film you doing it.
And you know what? Maybe that's what I need. He's got a sidekick who must be filming, right? And You know, he's taken his show big time. Okay, he's gone on tour. He's got toys. He's got all this stuff that's happening, and you know, kind of a cool background on it too.
Yeah, I mean, he has to be rich. Did you looked up the other people's, how much money?
Well, John, you said you wouldn't do Blippi.
I know. I'll never do it, but I'll film you doing it.
Would you do it for $75 million?
Okay, yeah, I maybe would do it for that. Yeah.
All right, because
$75 million.
Blippi's got a net worth of what I looked up was $75 million.
$75 million.
And it makes sense because again, he's going on tour. He's got toys. I mean, I don't know how you even, you know, that's a big deal. Like if you partner with like, I don't know, Fisher Price or whoever it was, Mattel, somebody.
I'm sure he has toy brand deals and stuff, yeah.
Somebody's making Blippi toys.
Yeah, I think we even have a few. $75 million.
Like, he got so big that he could, like, hire it out. He didn't even have to be Blippi anymore.
I heard about that controversy where it was like a fake Blippi, and the parents and stuff had already paid for the tickets, and they show up, and it's not even the real Blippi, and their kids weren't exactly happy about that.
Yeah, fake Blippi was on the YouTube channel, too.
Man, did he have like a fake name, like a different name, or
he was still Blippi?
He was still Blippi,
and he still talked to the same way. The guy nailed it. The impersonation.
Hi, children. It's not that hard to talk like this.
It's pretty tough. it is. But you know, he's got to like the Blippi thing came, I think, out of like wanting to give his nephew a friend, something like that. I don't.
Okay.
And that's kind of a neat idea.
Yeah.
He's done his best to also avoid his controversy. This is another way we'll know when we've made it, if we get letters from Blippi's attorneys to say, hey, what controversy? There wasn't one.
There was. Yeah, just Google that, people. Anyways. All right, I'm coming more around to this idea.
Hey, he needed a friend to film that, too.
We're not going to talk about that. If you want, Google it yourself. Okay, I'm coming more around to this idea, though. Like, freaking 4 million net worth, 10 million net worth, 75 million net worth.
Yes.
Like, but what's a good name? You know, we got to have a good name.
I haven't gone that far, John.
Got to have a good name. It has to be something like simple for children to say, even spell if they're looking for your videos.
He's really good at that. Like, that is one thing.
Blippi.
His self-promotion is spot on. The end of every episode.
He'll spell his name and even be like, and if your parents are on Instagram, make sure they follow me.
I didn't know that part.
Yeah, he does that too. What are some good names? Like Zippy, Whippy, Dippy.
If you go with Whippy, then it sounds like something you would do before recording.
Okay, no. I'm just trying to think of something. I don't know.
Which might explain the personality.
I don't know. If it's too close to Blippi too, there could be issues. But
yeah, and you don't want to get taken down like right away for that.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, we got to think of some good names. Maybe we could throw a poll up on the website too or something. If people want to suggest good names for a children's YouTube star. You can check us out at getrichpod.com. All our info's on there and stuff. But I just don't know. There's other, I would say, even easier ways to make money through children's YouTube. And my kid, like I said, he's kind of moved past the Blippi phase now, and he's gotten into or like, how would you say, reaction videos. It's literally just people watching, you know, oh, there's a cute puppy, oh, there's a cute cat, oh no, is that cute puppy gonna fall in that hole? Oh, he did, but he's okay. It's literally just people with like a split screen or even a picture of them like in the corner, small on the screen, just reacting to videos. All they're doing is just sitting there getting paid to do nothing but react.
To make faces.
They just make faces. You know, they act exaggerated because kids eat that up.
No, you're right, and I can think of two off the top of my head. One, which is the one your son watches.
Which one?
Because he thinks she's pretty.
Oh, no.
Right? I mean...
Sniper Wolf. She is pretty. I mean, I don't think anybody could say she's not.
And the other one is... So my daughter also got into these recently. I don't know how she found out about them. She's 2.5. She doesn't have free access to YouTube.
She stole your phone when you weren't looking, man.
No, she didn't. She doesn't know how to do any of this stuff
because we don't. You weren't looking. You don't know.
But every now and then she'll ask for funny baby videos, right? And she'll say it just as clear as day, right? And one of the videos, because it's like, okay, you want to watch funny baby videos? I'll try to find it. And so one of them, like. It was a reaction video. I didn't expect it to be. And it's got, babies doing funny things. And down in the corner is this lady. Right? And what was weird about this, and I think I told you about this before, is that she looks like she's at work. Like, she's in a cubicle.
I'm all for that. Like, I used to work night shift at a hotel, and I would get paid to play video games pretty much. If you work night shift, no one's even coming into the hotel usually. If she is, getting paid to do some office job and, doing YouTube on the side, I'm for that. I think that's awesome.
See, you've got this innocent view of it, but I assume that it's more nefarious. I assume that it is like this big, like, black market ring of reaction video production, right? Where they've got all these people in a warehouse and they're just pumping out reaction videos, low effort stuff to generate the views. They're probably all the same video too, it's just slightly different with a different person in the corner. I don't know, but that's my assumption. It's bad. It must be bad.
That's a dark view of that. I don't know if they're like mass producing reaction videos at some warehouse with like a bunch of, I don't know, people they're paying like a penny a day or something. That just
yeah, the attention economy is very Orwellian, and that's what I think is happening.
Okay, well, I do have limits on how to get rich, and I would not do something like that, just to be clear.
Okay. But you might do Blippi for $75 million, or Dippy.
Blippi Dippy Doo. Zippy. Yeah, we still got to think about some names. 75 million. I would definitely film you being Blippi.
I'll be Moppy. You'll be Hoppy.
Moppy and Hoppy. Maybe that's
right?
a whole, like, we could be a duo.
Yeah. I've got long hair, so, Moppy.
And
it works.
I can jump around, I guess, and be Hoppy.
Yeah.
Moppy and Hoppy. That could be unique. Is there any, like, duos that the children are, like...
Blippi did it for a while. He had a partner.
Okay, I think I remember, but it was like a female.
Yeah, she didn't take off the same way, I don't think.
No, I just remember her kind of like doing a solo thing, but Nathan wasn't interested really. But there's even other ways where we don't even have to show our face, Tyler.
Okay.
There are people who just play with toys on YouTube. All they show is their hands. They're like a hand model pretty much.
And that gets views?
It gets so many views, millions of views. There's a guy who just like, they have like a style to it. He'll have like a bunch of toy boxes kind of laid out, and he'll like edit it to where they like just open by themselves one by one, and then he plays with them, or then he eventually plays with them all together. It's almost like an unboxing video.
I've heard of those, yeah.
Yeah, but just playing with toys. There's even a guy who like does a bunch of magnet bead stuff.
And I was thinking like the Let's Plays. There are lots of those. The overreaction to like playing a video game.
Yeah. Oh man, there's so many of those like where they're just like my kid. I would say he's probably into that the most right now. It's just watching people suck at video games, and just like jump scare stuff, and they just act over the top and scream. I mean, he's into those. I don't know why kids would rather watch people play video games than just play video games themselves, but there's a market there. They like it. It goes back to the whole Blippi thing. They like watching adults or teenagers act silly and over the top and act like children in a way. It just
maybe, yeah. Now I'm curious how many of these viewers are like single children. Like how many of these kids just want friends?
Oh, that's kind of
Kinda sad.
That's a little sad.
It's a little. So I mean, for me, then I go back to the Jack Hartman and the Miss Rachel, because then I at least have that teacher role still, and it's less depressing.
Well, no, but yeah, I mean, if you look at it from another perspective, you could be helping kids not be lonely. So it is a little sad to think about, though.
Dang, you're not usually the one with the heartwarming point. That's normally my job. It doesn't get recorded, but
all of my ideas too, like they have an element of helping in some way.
Sure, sure.
I'm not just gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna throw a bunch of people in a warehouse and film them. I have a moral compass. You
have standards.
I have standards. I have morals. I won't do anything to get rich.
But you will do lots of things. And you might at least film me doing a knockoff Blippi for $75 million.
Yes, I would film anything for $75 million. Well, I don't know. Well, yeah, probably anything.
Probably anything. So anything but his, the first thing that made him famous.
Yeah, Google that if you want. We're not going to talk about that.
I brought it up about 4 times.
Yeah, but we're not talking about it. We're not talking about it.
Okay.
Still just got to come up with a good name, though. Like,
I don't know.
Man-child.
You're in charge. You're in charge of naming.
Billy the Kid.
You came up with Happy Puppy Acres, I think. Solid gold.
Mr. Kid. Because that's what you're wanting to be, is like you're an adult, but you're acting like a kid.
That's pretty good, and it's simple.
It's easy to spell.
Yeah. 2 syllables. Well, no, 3 syllables. I can't count. 2 words.
It out.
Clap it out.
So yeah, well, Mr. Kid. Nobody steal that. If you're listening to this, better not be any like Mr. Kid, stealing our ideas, going on YouTube, getting rich. Don't be stealing our ideas, listeners. If you want to submit ideas, that's fine. But don't steal our ideas.
Yeah, feel free to submit ideas. We might talk about those.
I don't care if you do some of the other ideas, but this one's kind of specific. If you want to get rich on YouTube, do it. Just don't take the name Mr. Kid.
Unless there's already a Mr. Kid, and then we're not very happy about that.
We'll just throw an extra D on the end of Kid or something, or
yeah,
we'll be all right. Mr. Kid or Hoppy and Moppy, that's kind of cool too. If we want to do the duo thing.
So you agree then? It's a great idea,
dude. I'd put on a freaking dress for $75 million. Now that I think about it,
that's a really low bar. Putting on a dress is not asking much. I would put on a dress for a lot less than $75 million. Yeah. If someone wanted to pay me $75 million to do that, I would.
Yeah.
If they wanted to pay me $50,
if they just wanted to see me in a dress, okay, yeah. If they wanted to do anything else with me in a dress, I'd probably draw the line there. But they just want to have the visual, That's fine.
Okay.
I'm cool.
That's not a great idea, but this, John, I'm telling you, it's a great idea.
Thanks for listening to the Get Rich Podcast. Go to our website, getrichpod.com, or email us at jnt@getrichpod.com to let us know what you thought about an episode or to submit episode ideas. Thanks for listening. And now a quick word from this episode's sponsor.
Yeehaw! Come on down to the Retired Rodeo Rattlesnake Rescue. We offer a wide array of services here at Quadruple R. You want to see some snakes? We got them. You want to pet some snakes? We got them. You want some venom? We got it. You want some anti-venom? We got that too. Can't make it to our physical location? Just visit our MySpace page and place an order with our mailing service. We'll mail you the snake juice or the actual snake if you want to milk them yourself. We're also looking to expand our operation and open up a new location. So if you have some snake wrangling or milking experience, you can also find an employment application on our MySpace page. Thanks for visiting, and remember, if you need a snake or some snake juice, we got it!